Mayuresh is with us. Mayuresh, if you're looking at the numbers, would you agree with the thesis that the bottom has been made as far as earnings is concerned? Because last 2 quarters have been disaster. With a PAT of 310 crores, do you believe that on a sequential basis, Dr. Reddy's has done well?
Morning, Darshan. My own sense is that the numbers probably in line with estimates. I think it's a sort of a relief with the kind of disappointing numbers which came through in the quarters which have gone by. So largely, again, I think if I'm looking at the top line, if I'm looking at EBITDA margins, if I'm looking at the bottom line, I think in an inline set of numbers. So what really happens in terms of management commentary related to their core verticals, specifically PSAI, which is not done too badly, and again the core US business, I think this is something we watched out for. So again, I think management commentary will be extremely crucial in understanding the path going forward and whether consistency in these numbers will be maintained.
We also have Ranveer who's joining us on the show. Ranveer, what do you make of the numbers?
Fairly in line with what we were expecting. Though my PAT estimate was a little higher, but I think management had already indicated earlier that Q1 and Q2 is not going to be great, but sequential improvement is really a positive, and I believe the second half is likely to be much better. So that just shows that improvement is already happening, and we take it on broadly as a positive indications in this result. Now details of breakup is not before me right now, but I think the top line and bottom line shows that improvement is happening.
Mayuresh, now since the management will come out with its commentary, what are the key factors or the key questions that you would believe that Dr. Reddy should now answer? Because overall it's not a major improvement, but still, what are you looking to ask them now?
So I think 2-3 basic issues, Darshan. The US generics business that has seen a steep correction with Valkite, Vidaza probably, I think, correcting a tad bit in the quarter gone by. So what are the scheduled drug launches? So specifically what happens with Gleevec, what happens with Propofol, I think something on that front. And even the Copaxone filing, I think, when is that expected to come through? Second, I think the remediation measures at all of its 3 facilities, I think any update on that front will be crucial to understand. And third, I think with the kind of remediation and resolution issues that has taken a hit on margins, the management was probably indicating of improvement in margins happening and reverting back to those 19-20% levels getting maintained. Whether with the scheduled launches in the US and with the absence of one-off costs, whether those margins can expand beyond 20%. And the fourth one would be, again, I think, how generally I think the negative operating leverage and issues that have led to a steep decline overall in earnings, how is that expected to play out over the next few quarters? So I think all these 3-4 aspects are very crucial and pertinent to understand from the management commentary.
Ranveer, how are you valuing the numbers now? Do you think that a quarter-on-quarter sequential basis, if you're looking at the numbers, do you think it makes sense for Dr. Reddy's, at least just this result, does it make sense to look at it on a sequential basis?
Yes, so sequential basis, because it is already in line with what management has been saying. So there's no reason why people should take it negative. And for DRL, the story is of a bounce back. So once any improvement on remedial front on their facilities would be a great positive for the company. So management commentary would be more relevant at this juncture than the Q2 numbers. So anything positive on remediation front would give positive flavor for this stock. And as far as valuation is concerned, I think we have already factored that most of the pending issues should be clear by end of FY18, and so the FY19 product pipeline is likely to be intact. And so whatever number we see for 17 is definitely going to be muted, but we will see improvement from 18 and onwards. So this is a story of bounce back, and any management commentary related to this would be taken very positive in this market.
Okay, many thanks to both Mayuresh and Ranveer for joining us and breaking Dr. Reddy's numbers. With that, it's back to you in the studio.
Thanks very much, Darshan, for taking us through that analysis of the earnings, and just going to tell you what a little bit about what the CEO is saying. That's GV Prasad post the quarterly numbers. He says that all major businesses saw sequential improvement over the previous quarter. He also said that considerable progress